Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. I am your host, Escalante TV. Now, it's been quite some time since I've actually covered something on Aggretsuko, like actual Aggretsuko content, made a video expose on anything comic book or actually show related. And right now, everybody's kind of in the wait for Aggretsuko season 4. But I have to say, the latest comic that came out I think it's really worth the read. Little Ray of Sunshine is the latest issue right now, and I think it was announced way back during the fall 2020, and I thought it wasn't really going to be like anything too big. Probably one of the more extended line of the comics, like Meet Her World and Meet Her Friends. But I think this one is like a miniature Aggretsuko season within a comic book. Like, it takes everything good about the actual Netflix show, seasons 1 through 3, and it just packs it into one good read. I feel like the person who wrote this, Brenda Hickey, really did their homework on how to write a pretty faithful story to the Netflix series. It almost feels like it does pay homage to the actual show itself, with how there's the typical like shenanigans, like Retsuko singing death metal at the karaoke bar. And what's nice is that we get a sort of an exposition of the comic. Oh yeah, and as I start reviewing this comic, I won't be showing too much of the comic. I won't be showing the entire thing. You guys can go ahead and purchase this for yourselves. I actually purchased this one with my own money. This is actually like the first ever Aggretsuko comic that I actually bought with my money and actually sat down and read, because the others, I want to say something about the comics. Like, the comics have typically been like SpongeBob episodes where like everything's like typical Aggretsuko shenanigans. I mean, they're pretty good stories and fun watches and haha funny reads, considering the fact that most of the comic stories are non-canonical. I guess they don't follow like a continuous timeline, from each issue to issue. This one felt like a pretty good, like a miniature graphic novel, like a good graphic novel read. A Little Ray of Sunshine. It's $10 for the digital version. I know that's a bit more pricier, and and I think it's like $12 for the hardcover. But I say it for the quality of this comic, I think it's worth the price. So I suggest you guys do support Oni Press on this one. And so the comic. So how the comic starts is, it's a nice little exposition again of Retsuko sort of introducing herself. We get a scope of her situation for like new readers who don't know what Aggretsuko is. She's just still in the struggle. She's still on the grind with her job, 9 to 5. And just taking out all her stress at the karaoke bar. And what she notices is that one of her favorite bands from her past, that she liked from her past, is coming back for like a revival. And Retsuko bumps into this new character that we never saw, and I think some of these characters are sort of like new ones. I'm not too sure if these never showed up in any of the shorts or other comics or the series. So we do get to see some original characters in this one, and we do see this rabbit character, and we get some sort of like Monica vibes from her. She feels like an anti-Monica pretty much. She's kind of like really full of herself and entitled, and we get to find out more about her. But as we see the comic progress, we see Feneko just sweat from the get-go. So, Feneko's going to be really stressed out about this whole situation at work. And the thing about Feneko's character in this whole comic, too, she's worried about her friends mostly, and she does care about her friends in this comic, which is nice. She's not really like the haha funny. She doesn't do her typical ha ha ha. She actually is a character that sort of helps the main characters and is a good secondary character. And it's really nice to see her actually be presented like that, do justice to her character like that, instead of being like the comic relief. So that's nice. you kind of see like a subplot within the main plot, you know, kind of like a typical Aggretsuko season. Right now, like Mr. Tone's sitting like through an agonizing meeting, and Retsuko's kind of just sitting through an agonizing work shift until she can buy tickets to go to this see her favorite band. So I think it's like a nice pacing into to pretty much progress the plot from there. And then we see this. We see Haida at the punk rock bar with Feneko. And, you know, we see Haida going down on the booze, and then he just bumps into the rabbit character again. And we kind of see the rabbit character sort of flirt with Haida, you know? We kind of just see, like, at first glance, she's just like, dang, like, this guy kind of looks appetizing. Okay, he looks kind of fun and cute. We're going to call him Mr. Sake. I think she calls him Mr. Sake or something like that. Some weird nickname. And Haida kind of just goes along with the flirting and stuff like that. And Feneko's just like, I need another drink. So I think that's actually kind of funny. And then, you know, Retsuko wants to go to this venue, but Mr. Tone has to sort of win this competition to get a prize on how many workers can show up to this convention, to this business convention. You know, whichever department sort of sends the most employees, and pretty much Retsuko wants to get out of that so she can go to her concert. She pretty much makes up an excuse that, oh, like, you know, my dad's in the hospital, and it's nice that they do mention the father. They do take something from the Netflix canon and put it in the comic. Like, we know Retsuko has her dad, and her dad is not exactly in the best of shape with his heart, and he was absent in the last season because he was at a funeral, but who knows if we get to see him in season 4. But yeah, she makes up an excuse. We see her in funny outfits. I think they pay homage to some artists, I want to say, but I can't exactly put my tongue on it. Like, I'm not too much of a metal guy. And from there, Gori pretty much joins Retsuko at this venue. Haida's out looking for Retsuko like he usually does, and basically the concert goes down, and we sort of get the reveal that the bunny character was the new lead singer in this death metal band, and her name is Rei. Not Rei from Star Wars, just Rei, like in the title, Little Rei of Sunshine. So I guess we know why it's titled Little Rei of Sunshine. So we basically see them sing and do this, and they shake up the whole convention. And we see Haida bump into Bunny character again, and sort of flirt again. And, you know, she's like, you know, I'm not gonna go anywhere. I'm gonna take this guy out for a drink. And we see Sonoda, being the Soviet spy that she is, pretty much take a picture of both of them, and we can all guess where this pretty much goes, is that she gossips about it at work. Retsuko's thinking of a plot to get rid of them, whack them, put them in the back of the trunk, you know, whatever it takes for them not to find out she's into death metal. Whack them with bludgeon them with a teapot even. And she pretty much finds out that it's not about her. It's about it's the picture that Sonoda took with Haida and the bunny character Rei together after the metal concert.
Not only did you do that, they got your ass on camera.
Niggas ain't got me on no fucking camera.
This is the clearest video I've ever seen. This is the most HD shit ever. This is 4K.
And what we find out is a terrible truth. We find out a terrible truth about this bunny character, is that she's known to be very, very toxic. She's a toxic performer. She used to be sort of like, the lore behind her is that she used to be part of like a pop idol group. Used to be sort of like an OTM girl style of artist, and then now she's into this death metal band. You know, so kind of like a reverse Monica. Anti-Monica is what I like to call her character. And she's known to like destroy things, like, and she uses death metal as an excuse. And I think this is one of the good plot points about this comic, is that we sort of see like polar opposites start to form, and I think I forgot about to mention the sort of polar opposite symbolism in one of the last scenes in the convention, in the venue where they were like doing the business convention and the death metal concert. It was nice to see like that could represent Retsuko's sort of double life. Like it's nice to see like, you know, this represents her day job, Retsuko's day job, and then the other side it represents sort of her secret life, her death metal, her passion in death metal. So I kind of missed that the first time until I actually like looked at it again. It's like, there's a good correlation of like polar opposites being shown in this comic, and we see sort of Retsuko be like a polar opposite from this. Rei represents sort of like the toxic side of being like a rock star, and she's just like, you know, using metal as sort of like a cover for her character, while Retsuko uses it in a healthy way to sort of like de-stress herself after a long day of work. She uses it to express her feelings and not use it as a cover for her actual like character, like how she actually treats people and how she behaves. So that's really good. That's like, you know, that's substance right there, not the garbage that we saw in Meet Her World #2, written by Annie Griggs. This is actually like dense. This is like good dense. You're biting into dense, chewy bread right here, like a good apple pie. You know, you're really getting into the meat and potatoes. Pretty much, we find out that she's kind of a bitch. She's kind of a big bitch to Retsuko. She's very entitled, and she's almost written like a Darman character. She's just like pure the manifestation of pure toxicity. She's like, I want this venue, like I want to buy this, okay? I want to record my album here, like no buts. Sheesh. and she pretty much calls Retsuko a poser, being the kind of like bitchy character she is. And she's like, screw this, I'm gonna go have a drink. And we pretty much see her sort of like schmoozing over Haida, like pushing him over, you know, telling him, you know, you're gonna make me happy, you're supposed to be on my side. Poor Haida's just has to take it. Haida's done kind of dirty, but in a good way. I think like we can all take a lesson from Haida here, to never follow the girl in the cute sunglasses home. That's a good lesson right there, guys. So we see Haida sort of come to work all drunk. He falls over, and poor Feneko out here is in damage control mode, and it's just tears of frustration right here. Just the pure sweat and tears right here.
What more do you want from me?
You know, poor Feneko. She's just looking out for her friends. For once, we actually see the heart that Feneko has instead of being the comic relief. What's nice is that Feneko invites Retsuko to lunch. She actually like has empathy for she actually feels for Retsuko, that she's stressed out. She takes her out to lunch, and you know, she tries to sort of get a confession out of Retsuko, like, you know, what's going on? Are you all right? Is there anything you need to go over with me? That is a good Feneko right there. Very good character right there. Very good character development in Feneko. Would like to see that in the Netflix show. You know, maybe even Rarecho could even take notes from this comic on how good it is. And we actually see now that Retsuko goes into the hospital. She talks to her mom. They go over some things, and she gives her some life tips. Retsuko goes back, confronts sort of the bitchy death metal lead vocalist, and they duel it out. Duel of the Fate style, and she's pretty much unfazed by her. You know, she only has like half the power Retsuko has, and Retsuko just unleashes her full potential on her and just destroys her. Like she made the lead singer just fall on her knees, cry like a baby, and instantly regret it. You know, big Darman twist right there. Big Darman ending right there. You know, the villain instantly regrets it, gets destroyed. But you know what? We have to have some sort of redemption for this villain. You know, some Darman-esque redemption. Now she's just like, you know, I'm not going to make fun of karaoke anymore. I'm going to stop being toxic, and I'm going to be nice, okay? Good life lesson right there. And pretty much it all comes to the end with Aggretsuko visiting her parents. Alright guys, so I hope I covered enough of the comic. I know, like, pretty much this is kind of like a spoiler review. You guys have been spoiled, but if you guys made it this far into the video, but if you guys already read it, you pretty much know the idea of what happened in this comic. But for those who really, you know, want to sit down and digest it, buy it for yourself, read through it, give it a look. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about this comic. If I missed anything in particular, kind of went through this because there was a lot to unpack in this one. It was pretty dense, rich and dense. Like, I don't think we've ever gotten a comic like this, and it's really good. It's pretty good. It's like a miniature season, like a nice little appetizer before season 4. Even though this isn't really canon, it's a nice little story to sort of read and get in your head. It's pretty memorable too. Unlike the other ones, like I think like the other memorable one was probably the one with the goose, Karen, and I think that's like the only one I can say that's pretty memorable. The other ones are just like fun little funny stories to just sit down and read for like maybe like 10 minutes. This one's like a nice read to just sit down, relax, and sort of digest and enjoy. But yeah, guys, like this video if you like it. Subscribe for more, maybe Aggretsuko content. It doesn't come out as frequently now since we're kind of in the dry period, but we got sort of like an oasis in the desert right now with this latest comic issue. Yeah, guys, subscribe for more videos like this. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.